Alright, hey everybody. I've noticed that the past several months that I've been kind of leery about doing any sort of videos because subconsciously I just kind of feel like, honestly, I just have nothing to talk about. I have nothing to say, or I have nothing of interest to offer on anything. Because I try to refrain from, drama merchant or giving hot takes on issues and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of topics I probably could talk about, but honestly, I just don't feel like wading into just giving, scathing hot takes on stuff that in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter. But so I figured, just out of boredom, I could regularly talk about what I'm playing, because I can just talk about that. So first and foremost, what I've been playing is Persona 5 Tactica. And game is actually really cool. The way it's set up is it's kind of like triangle strategy. If you play triangle strategy, there's like a hub where the story takes place, generally within dialogue back and forth and speech balloons. There's not, as far as I've seen, any exploratory options. It's just simply dialogue. And then there's the battlefield, to where you can set up your party, you can set up your strategies and that kind of thing, and then you just do battle. And it's basically like any other tactics or strategy game, and the fact that it's set up on a grid, and you can move your character around in the grid, and you can go up and down as far as elevation, like there's ladders that you can scale on, that kind of thing. And like triangle strategy, the higher you are, the better you are in battle, and the more defenses you have. So I thought that's kind of cool. And like Persona, you can gather personas, and you can go to the Velvet Room, and you can fuse personas and unlock higher level personas and that kind of thing. The thing that's kind of cool though about how it's set up is it basically everybody has their primary persona and a secondary persona. And so you have like several different abilities under your, magic attacks, if you will, that you can execute as you start leveling up and progressing in your persona. So I thought that was really cool. And unlike Persona 5 with tactics, basically you have no option but to absorb personas as you're doing battle, because in Persona 5, you could be like, okay, I'm going to do a certain move, and then that'll basically guarantee me a persona. But in tactics, as you're playing, you just automatically accrue them. So you have to be a little bit more diligent in clearing out your queue of personas and that kind of thing. But at any rate, so far I enjoyed the game. It at times can be a little story heavy. I would like there to be more combat than story, but with these games like Triangle Strategy, it just seems like there's more story than combat. Another game I've been playing recently is Persona 4. And I was kind of juggling Persona 4 and Persona 5 Tactics. I may kind of mainline Persona 4 for the time being, because I'm actually having more fun with that, and the fact that you can walk around, you can explore, you can do stuff. Whereas with Persona 5 Tactics, it's just the speech balloons. So far, I just got to, I want to say, the third dungeon in Persona 4. Possibly the fourth, but I think it's the third. Oh, it might be the fourth, actually, now I think about it. Yeah. It's a video game dungeon, whatever that one is. The one where it looks like Minecraft. So, been really having fun with Persona 4, because Persona 5 was absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, probably the best JRPG I've ever played. Just a masterpiece, front to back. And Persona 4 is a lot like that. The only thing that's lacking is the baton pass mechanic. But basically everything else is pretty much the same. It's Persona 5 just dialed back a little bit. All the characters look like Mii's off of a Wii, so that's kind of comical. But yeah, I don't have much to say currently, because I played more Persona 5 Tactics than I played Persona 4. So really, about all that I played of Persona 4 this week was the first 2 or 3 levels of that Minecraft looking dungeon. So I guess in the next chapter of this installment, if you will, I'll have more to say on Persona 4. But the big game that I've been playing, I just rolled credits on last night, was Control. And I've really been wanting to play Control, but I just haven't been able to sit down and actually play it. So I was looking through my PlayStation Network Plus, whatever that was, free games, like my whole library of digital games. I noticed that at some point I must have activated Control. And so I was like, oh, sweet. Well, I'll go ahead and download this. So I downloaded Control. And so I started playing. I was like, holy cow, this game is freaking awesome. The thing that really, like, stroked my fancy right off the bat, and everybody's gonna think this is total just geek nerd move, but the font. Like, the fact that whenever you walk into a new area and it flashes up that ITC Avant-Garde Gothic right on the screen, like this huge, just thick slab font. It was just so visually appealing. And like the graphic design and the typography front to back in this game is just so appealing. And that's what kept me driving further and further in, was because of basically like that design choice, and especially the typography, like the signage throughout the game and in the option screens, the typography, and as I said, all that heavy, just bold avant-garde Gothic font that's just slapped up on the screen. It's just really cool game. So at first I didn't really understand what the whole point of the game was. I don't want to go too spoilery into it, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it just came across to me as basically like the X-Men. I feel like you're a mutant and you're unlocking more abilities and more, you know, things that you can do as you're progressing in the game, and it's kind of set up like a Metroidvania, and the fact that you can get more abilities and then you can backtrack and get to different areas in the beginning of the game with more abilities that you start to accrue. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, you know, you can upgrade and get better weapons as you're going, and the weapons that I was mainlining were just the simple revolver pistol and like this sawed-off shotgun type thing that just blasts a whole bunch of like pellets or whatever. And so those are the two weapons I was really mainlining throughout the whole entire game. And so I ended up rolling credits, and then there was an epilogue, and then I rolled credits again, and then there was another epilogue. So this game has got a lot of meat on it. It's got a lot to offer. And so for anybody out there who hasn't played Control, I would highly recommend it. And especially there's callbacks to other Remedy software games in the game. So I thought that was really cool. So I guess the next game I'm gonna play is Quantum Break, and I'll just go ahead and download that on Game Pass. So I was like, man, Control's really cool. I want to jump into Quantum Break and see how cool that is and see how that's set up. So I have that on the burner, and I've also played a little bit of Mortal Shell. I originally downloaded that on Game Pass like a year and a half ago, and I didn't get it. So I was like, well, it's on my PlayStation account. I must have, again, activated it at some point when it was one of the free games of the month. So I was like, I'll re-download it. So I kind of played the tutorial. I still don't quite get it. But I'm going to give it a little bit more of a try because it's a Souls-like. And I absolutely love Dark Souls. And so we'll kind of see how it shakes up, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly just record a quick video about what I've been playing, and I might do this just every Friday, do a quick video about what I've been playing that week. And so I guess that's all. So thanks for watching, and peace out.